Alright, that's a shame. Well, it didn't record me doing some B-roll, so I'm gonna go re-record that real quick. Alright, what is up, guys? We're back. Our room is pretty unlit. Let me light the backlighting, and then we'll be right back. Okay, we got 2 more lights just to make it a little spicy. We are on week 9, which is crazy, guys. Sorry, week 8. We got some new hair. Let's do a little hair review. I feel like every single episode, we're doing a new hair review. Oh my gosh, watch out. This hair was braided by my friend Kanye. I have amazing friends, guys. What else can I say? Like, my friends are amazing. Love them to death. And yeah, they're amazing people. Let's get into the title of this video, which is, well, I actually forgot it, but stuck between a rock and a hard place. I had another word for that. Let me get to that right now. Okay, the title of this video is Stuck Between a Rock and a Hard Place. Byproducts. Whoa, we gotta keep this still. Sorry guys for this bad quality. There we go. Byproducts. And I had this thought actually as I was scootering here back from on campus, but it's how I don't really want to have fun right now. Like, fun is not needed. You don't need fun, at least for a certain stages of your life. Like, overall, yeah, you want to have a fun life, but let's get right into it. And I don't have a script for this one. As you see, no phone, hands are free. We're just gonna free talk about our week a little bit and talk about those 3 concepts. But let's get to the first one. Stuck between a rock and a hard place. I swear, bro, this world hates me. It's like whenever I try to do anything meaningful, there's always like 5 million roadblocks. And I realized I wasn't even looking into the camera, but no, I'm getting more serious now. Stuck between a rock and a hard place. From my understanding, that means when you're like stuck in one position, but your out or your exit is not even that good either. It's like you're in limbo. It's like you're in the half mode. It's like, what do you do? And I realize this in some places in my life. It's like, there's not really a right decision. There's not really a wrong decision. There's just a decision. And they both can have good effects. They both can have bad effects. So this applies for both good and bad things. It's like, boom, you could take this internship or you could take that internship. They're both good. Which one do you take? You could, let's say, get out of this business deal. Or you could get out of this business deal this way, or you could get out of this business deal that way. Both going to cause some problems, but you're out of the business deal. So it's just decisions. And what I'm really taking away from that is that there's not really a better decision. Sometimes there's just a decision, and the worst decision is no decision. So when you're stuck between a rock and a hard place, as they say, just make a decision and keep it pushing. Yeah, that's my advice for that. I guess I'm talking to my future, past, and probably current self too. It's pretty interesting. Life throws a lot at you that you don't expect. You gotta really stay true to who you are and make sure you don't do anything you would regret doing. You also don't want to you also don't want to forfeit doing something you would have regretted not doing. Hence, being stuck between a rock and a hard place. What do you do? So yeah, another thing I'm noticing in college, so it's week 8, month 2 actually, if I actually think about it. And we're still in pretty like low production mode. Honestly, we haven't really been doing too much fitness stuff. I'm being completely honest on here. We were getting sidetracked with this, that, and the third, with school, with all this other stuff. And I've not been doing a good job of that. And I'm going to be completely honest. Like, I'm actually kind of letting myself down. I had the goals I set like a month ago to be for where I'm supposed to be at now are much higher. And the thing is, I'm still progressing in life. I'm still doing stuff. I need to fully pronunciate my words. The goals that I had set previously, I've not met, which is on me completely. I'm still making progress. It's just not where I should be. So that means I need to get more strict. I need to get more serious about this. Because this is the future. If I can't do this now, how am I going to do this for the rest of my life or for the foreseeable future after college? I'm on a timeline here with this college thing. And I hope I can look back on this. I will look back on this in a month and know that I've like turned this around and getting more viewers and building that community, building my business, building my brand. And otherwise, I don't know what any of this is for. Because I'm not here to just play games, honestly. I'm here to follow my dreams, follow my passions, my calling, my purpose. And yeah, help myself, help other people around me, but this is like, it's not just for fun. Like I lack that level of seriousness. Another example of being stuck between a rock and a hard place is this whole school versus business entrepreneurship content thing. Yeah, I have some good prospects with school doing the traditional route, but I also have like a lot of dreams, aspirations, and ambitions with the content route too. I don't have enough, I would say, validation yet or work that I've done that's executed well enough to fully commit to the content thing. And at the same time, I know the potential problems with the whole corporate traditional school thing. And they're both maybe not bad options. It's just you have to commit to one. The worst option is staying in the middle, and I find myself in the middle of everything. But I also find myself being in the middle, being a huge people connector, connecting things together. And it kind of has led me to what I want to do in the future, which is a podcast. And I know I'm going all over the place, but I swear I'll tie that back into something I say later. But being in between a rock and a hard place for me means being neutral, means being lukewarm, it means being in the middle of things. And it has its pros and cons, but I feel like I've been doing that all my life. So we're really trying to step away from that if I even can. But it does tend to be one of my greatest strengths as I am in the middle of a lot of things, which are good things. And I find myself being able to tap into them when needed and because I'm in the middle of them. And it's very interesting. The next thing I want to talk about is a little bit about my day today. So I met with this other entrepreneur. He's a few years older than me, graduated from Michigan State, doing some really cool stuff with personal branding, community building, keynote speaking. His name is Dan Stowell. We had a great conversation today, learned more about his story, what he's doing business-wise. He's a great dude. I know he's going to be a millionaire by 30. Like dude's killing it, right? And the people he's around too are like, they're killing it as well. And we were talking about just a lot of things, and like one of the things I want to say on here is that, because I'm very serious right now, you want to build things that stay with you. This is a little bit divergent from what the title of the video is, but it's just my current thoughts. You want to build things that stay with you and focus on the things that matter. Focus on the people that matter. Focus on the actions that matter, the behaviors that matter, the thoughts that matter. You don't want to waste your time or energy because that's no fun. That's no good. Even earlier, I was doing some homework assignments and I was like, man, I'm not progressing my business. I'm not making content. I'm not doing what I actually want to do. And it distracts me from the things I actually want to do. This should be my priority if this is what I actually want to take to the next level. And if it's not, then I won't be able to fully realize the opportunity, which I'm already not, and won't be able to get to where I want to get. So I know that after today, I have a renewed mindset with this. Like, this comes first in the sense that I am battling against a future, not evil, but a future event, aka graduation. And if this doesn't work, or something else that I'm doing doesn't work, then it's not that I'll be unhappy or unfulfilled. I just won't do what I said I was going to do. And that's very important to me. I've decided that I want to pursue this entrepreneurship route. I believe it's the best game you can play. And to keep my promises to myself, I need to pursue it and succeed at it. Another thing I want to talk about is byproducts. What's interesting about byproducts, I was talking about this with one of my friends. They're in very close conversation. And I chase being uncomfortable. A lot of the things I do actually get me outside my comfort zone. Now they're not as uncomfortable as they used to be, but they used to be very uncomfortable. Because a byproduct of being uncomfortable and putting yourself in uncomfortable situations, so let's say going to talk to that girl or boy, or going to ask for that job or ask for that raise, or raising your hand in class, the byproduct of that is being comfortable because you get what you want, you get the answer. Everything you want is on the other side of fear. That could be another way of framing that. But the byproducts of being uncomfortable are being comfortable. And that's what I really want. The byproducts of creating value to others is making money or getting people to follow you or having influence or power. The byproduct of being a nice person, of being a great person, is that other people will look to reciprocate that back. And you'll all be winning in the end. So focus on the byproducts. Focus on the games that are not finite but infinite. For example, the goal is not to get healthy and fit. The goal is to stay healthy and fit your whole life. The goal is not to get married simply. It's to stay married for your life and build a great family. Well, if that's what you want to do. But focus on the infinite games. Focus on the byproducts of what your actions and processes look like. Fall in love with the processes, and then the byproducts, which might have been your previous goals, will just take care of themselves. And everything will work out. Yeah, those have been some of my thoughts this week, and it's been really interesting. And then coming back home from the scooter ride from being on campus, it's a Saturday, by the way. There's a football game, a lot of energy around campus, and it was nice. But I'm finding myself just not wanting to, like, I have this very weird attitude now where I just don't, like, I'll talk to people, new people, but it's almost like I have too much going on in my head to even seriously entertain it. Like, you have to be really special. Like, it's like my barriers to entry for my interest level, not interest level because I'm very curious, but to my serious level, how serious I'll take you, have gone extremely high. Like, have gone much higher. Like, if you're not doing something remarkable or something that's very applicable to me, or relevant is the better word, then I'm just not as interested, or not going to give you as much time or energy because it just doesn't make sense. And my goal right now is not even to make the most friends. It's not to have the most fun. It's not to just do whatever and, like, try to figure out life's purpose, to be honest with you. My goal is just to progress in the things I already have established and built. Because I've been wandering around for these past 2 years of college, just wondering what the heck I'm doing. I've been doing all of that. I've been wandering around, asking questions, in the middle of things, meeting people, making friends, making acquaintances, starting businesses, failing businesses, setting up meetings with people, setting up interviews, doing this, doing that. And you come to a point where you're just tired of it. Like, you don't want to do it anymore. Not because it's not helpful, but because the next level in progression is almost the opposite of that, in my opinion, where you're not spreading yourself as thin and you're going narrow and deep in a few things. I think that's where the real value is built. And that is what all of this content stuff is right now. So I'm very serious about this. And I say I'm very serious and I'm trying to trick myself into being more serious. I have not been as serious as I should have been. That's on me. But I think another really big thing to look at is kind of those important things and what you want to do. For example, let's say I want to write a book, I want to start a podcast, I want to start a YouTube channel. Just focus on one of them and get good at that, and then move to the next thing. You can do everything as soon as you zoom out your timeline and realize that you have time. Yeah, you don't have time, but you actually do. You just don't have time if you keep moving from thing to thing to thing without actually making progress. But if you're making progress in something, you have time. And then once you get momentum, you get leverage. And when you have leverage, you get to buy your time back or buy your energy back. Excuse me. And that's really what you want to do. So, yeah, I mentioned the podcast before. I've been thinking about what job, career thing suits me, excites me, and I really like podcasts. I don't really listen to that many podcasts, but from what I do on a day-to-day basis, like talking with people, asking questions, I love asking questions, and I've been trying to get better at them. Speaking, being in front of a camera, trying to get better at that too. I think podcasting makes a lot of sense for me. How do you monetize that? What is your podcast on? When do you do your podcast? The logistics behind editing, filming, audio. Those are all questions that TBD. Doesn't matter right now. But I think even this right now is kind of a podcast. It's a video podcast. It's a YouTube video. I enjoy this. Would I enjoy it more if I had someone else I was asking questions to? Maybe. I like the solo ones just as much as I like the ones where I'm talking with other people, because I get to share my thoughts here and I get to be one-on-one with you guys. I love like intimate, like smaller group conversations. And yeah, I don't know. It's cool to have like that in my mind, that I know that I want that. And there's some other things attached to that too, but I think the key is showing up every day. And honestly, like if you have one day that's bad, it's not the end of the world. It's just when you stack those on top of each other and don't hold yourself accountable. But I think if you can just make 1% progress every day, like actually 1% progress every day, you'll make so much progress. Like I realize right now there's a bunch of people at this football game. I actually want to work hard and get ahead because I know that I'll be getting, it's like, I guess it's a competitive thing too, but I don't really want to have that much fun. Like I just want to work. Like I want to work to create my ideal life. And I almost can't let myself have fun, the proper fun, until that. Now, yes, there are some times where I do that or I've been trying to do that. But until, it's almost like my hierarchy of needs. Like on my hierarchy of needs, fun is just not that high on it. Yes, making money is decently high on it. Finding my purpose, keep fulfilling my purpose, helping others, pretty high on it. Building a business brand, community, those are all pretty high on it. Doing well enough in school, but like it's really like the lifelong learning that's really high on it, not just school, because you can learn a lot of other things outside of school. But figure out what your hierarchy of needs are, what your priorities are, and just stay true to those. Stay balanced. Find balance in the imbalances, but don't go too high or too low. If you just make consistent progress, yeah, like if you make consistent progress, like action wise, even if the results do not match up evenly with those, when it's all said and done, the results will. Even if it doesn't happen straight away. That's what I'm seeing. A lot of things happen at once. Like you'd think that it would happen like linear, but it happens like exponential. It's very interesting. In my marketing class, marketing analytics, practically statistics, we were talking about different types of like curves and exponential versus linear and all that, but progress happens like exponentially rather than linearly. It's very interesting. Once you get momentum, that's where all the progress happens. So yeah. I don't know. This is a little week 8 update. Some other things that happened. Been hanging out with friends. Got a modeling casting call next week, making some connections there. Meeting people around campus. Going to a couple events, maybe too many events. Got a new scooter. Very nice scooter. I love it. Trying to be very careful with it. Just getting some schoolwork done, you know. And honestly, I'm just living life. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. It's been interesting seeing all the freshmen on campus recently. Game days are always fun. Stay true to yourself. Hope you learned a thing or two and got to see my life, what I'm thinking about right now. And yeah, I'll see you guys soon enough next week. Hair reveal. My friends are the best. Like literally, they're amazing. Love them to death. Kanye did my hair. Other friends have hair braiding businesses. But whoa. Yeah. No, my hair is really cool. I really like it. Friends are great, so I recommend you go get some.